to the class today. I was just checking if everything is all right, all set up and ready to go. So thank you everyone for joining me for this lovely session this morning. I'm going to be taking you through a nourishing morning yoga flow. Maybe I need to just, a nourishing morning yoga flow. And I'm really honored to be taking you through this practice on International Yoga Day and share this invaluable gift of India with you all and my own cultural heritage. So today I will begin the session by telling you a little bit about myself, because some of you might have practiced with me before, but for some of you I am a completely new person. So I am a yoga teacher. I teach perinatal yoga, restorative and vinyasa yoga, and I do classes online, and I also teach with more yoga, hence I'm here. And my journey really began in India, and yoga has always been a part of my life. It started as a spiritual practice back in India, and to then when I first time practiced asana was in school. And then I moved to London, which was only 8 years ago, and in the hustle and bustle of the city life, I decided to connect back with my roots. So I decided to become a yoga teacher and also to share the amazing benefits of the practice with the world, with all the people, the new practitioners or the existing practitioners, and share the amazing benefits as I've experienced them myself. So that's me. And then if you're wondering what International Yoga Day is, if you're new to the practice, or if you've been practicing before on International Yoga Day but you don't really know what it is and where it began from, then I'll tell you a little bit about it. So this is the 6th International Yoga Day, and it started in 2015 by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, then and now it is Narendra Modi, and he put a proposal in front of UN General Assembly in 2014 to start this practice of yoga and spread it across the world again, to really share the benefits of the practice with the entire world, and that was his effort. And also so that everyone could, through this practice, can come together and connect with themselves, the world and the nature. So that's where Yoga Day began from. And if you've been practicing for a while, you would know the most common description of yoga is that yoga is for is union, is called yoke, is yug. That's the most common definition of yoga. But I also believe that yoga doesn't really tie us down. In fact, it's a practice that liberates us from stress, pain, disease, anger, ignorance, only to have a world full of inclusion, love and peace, so we can have a more happier life. But I also believe that liberation doesn't come on its own. So it's not that you long for liberation, or you say I want to feel liberated and you will feel liberated. You have to first go through a lot of different steps to find that liberation. And for that, one of the steps is obviously to find the union, and the union not only between the body and mind, but also between the thoughts and the action, and the union of restraint and fulfillment, and also the union of between mankind and nature. So yoga is also for the nature. It's not only for yourself, but through yourself, it's for the community. It brings the community together, and that's what we're doing today. On this International Yoga Day, we are coming together as a community. Everyone all over the world is participating, is practicing, all the existing yoga practitioners, but also I feel my dharma is also to invite a lot of new people into the practice. The people who have been who've been thinking of, they want to come on the mat, they want to explore what this yoga really is all about, because There are so many people in the world and it hasn't reached out to everyone. So all those people who are perhaps going to watch this video later, or who are new and watching this video right now or practicing with me, that's really brilliant. But if you're going to watch it later and want to give it a go, just give it a go without any expectations and see what happens. Observe what's going to come up without any expectations of how it's going to end, how it's going to make you feel, or where you're coming from, happy, sad, whatever position you're in. Just come on the mat, take this time and just relax and breathe and move and see what happens. I am sure you will love it. So yeah, I really want to reach out to every person and spread this love of yoga with every one of you, and hopefully you will benefit from it. So today's class is going to be based around Pancha Kosha, that's the 5 sheaths of existence, which is the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, the wisdom and the bliss body. And I will be taking you through different practices and introduce you to these 5 sheaths of existence. So yeah, we'll do that. So to begin with, sorry, I'm just going to switch on the lights. So to begin with, I want you to come to a comfortable position, and then you can make yourself sit the way I'm sitting right now in cross-legged, or you can come into a kneeling position as well. So if you're practicing on a mat, that's brilliant. If you don't have a mat and you're practicing on a carpet, that's fine too. This practice, like I said, is for everybody. So if you have kids around, practice with kids, get them involved. It's going to be a really nice, fun practice. We'll be doing we'll start with a little bit of mantra chanting. So as you bring yourself into a comfortable seat, and take a moment just to sit here and notice as to where your sit bones are onto the mat and how they're coming in contact with the floor. And then as you ground down here, we'll start with a little bit of mindfulness meditation as we move our eyes around and notice the space that we're sitting in or we're practicing in at this moment. And there might be a few people practicing with you. So bring your awareness to those 5 objects or 5 people or a combination of both, and really see where they are, where you are in the space. So really look around, see what sort of shapes or sizes you're looking at, what sort of colors those objects are, how far or near they are from you. So often what happens is we are in this space, we are in our homes or outside, but we just carry on with life without even stopping or observing as to what's around us. So this is your moment to come into the present moment, letting go of anything that I've spoken about, or without having any expectations of the future. We're just going to look around and see what's around us. And as you've done that, you've looked at those 5 things, then I invite you to close the eyes and rest the hands wherever they rest for you today. And this could be on your thighs, on your knees, on your belly, or on your chest, or wherever they may be. And with closed eyes and with mind's eye, I again invite you to look at those 5 things. These could be the same objects, or these could be completely different new patterns, colors that might be emerging in front of your eyes with eyes closed. Because often even when we have our eyes closed, there's lots that's going on. Without having a sense of attachment with any of those things, and just observe what they are, what sort of shapes, colors, no judgment whatsoever, why they're emerging, why they're not emerging, just observe them. And with that, we move on to the 4 things that we can feel today. And those feelings could be those internal feelings, any emotions that might be arising in your mind at this point, in your heart, of anger, sadness, grief, calm, peace, happiness, whatever it may be. Or perhaps you can move the hands around wherever they're resting to really feel, the material part of the world. And then just as we observe those 4 feelings, then moving on to the 3 things that you can hear today. And those 3 things could be, one could be my voice, or perhaps any other sound. If you have music playing in the background, then it's really nice. And all these things, that the sense of sight, the feelings, the hearing, and all of this is really important to ground yourself down, to bring yourself into the present moment. And then from those three things that you've heard just now, moving on, let them go as you move on to the two things that you can smell today. And this would invite you to really take a nice breath in through the nostril as you allow the fragrance or the smell, travel in through the nostrils and sink into your body. So that's why it's really nice to, freshen yourself up, practice in a place that's really nice and smelling beautiful. Have a light a candle next to you, because that can really wake up our senses. It can be really nice. And then from there, move on to one thing that you can taste. It could be a leftover taste of your morning. If you've already had breakfast, that's fine. But if it's coffee, tea, whatever it may be, just observe that taste, where that taste is residing in your tongue, in the back of the throat. Where is it in the mouth? Is it in the teeth? Where is it? Really observe that taste. And with that, I invite you, as you move on from that, I invite you to bring your awareness to the breath. And just notice how the breath is flowing in and out through the nostril right now. Where the breath begins and how it comes in contact with the nostrils, how it goes inside you, and then how it travels out as it comes back in contact with the nostrils and out. Where the inhalation begins, it ends. Where the exhalation begins and it ends. And then as we move on from that, we will begin the practice again with a little prayer. A mantra. To prepare for the mantra, you can either bring the hands in Anjali Mudra, so bringing the palms together, famously known as a prayer position. So you can bring the palms together, but make sure your fingertips are softly in contact with each other, the palms are softly in contact with each other. Or you can come into Chin Mudra, so you bring the first finger and the thumb together, open all the other fingers and rest them onto your knees. And this is a nice way to just open the shoulders. It's a mudra for consciousness. So see what you are looking for today in your practice and then go with that. You can also do Prana Mudra. So Prana Mudra is where you bring the ring finger and the pinky finger together, touch it with the thumb. First two fingers pointing out and then you rest. And this mudra is really nice because prana means life force. So with this mudra, you are really enhancing the quality of your breath and the life force that's traveling in and out of the body and connecting with your inner self and also with the outer self. So see what feels right for you, this, or this. Whatever it is, just go with it. And then you can close the eyes, and I love to practice with my eyes closed because it helps me go deeper inside. So if you want to do that, close the eyes. And then from here we begin the practice. So the chant I'm going to say today is Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Vare Niyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. And what this chant really means is that we meditate on the glory of that being who is the creator of the universe, remover of the ignorance, and may it enlighten our minds. So wherever you are, close your eyes, make yourself super comfy, relax, ground down from the sit bones and grow tall from the crown of the head, lengthen the spine. Take a deep breath in, and you can say the chant with me or you can just listen to it, and both are going to be benefiting from it. Om Bhurбhuvat Swaha Tat Savitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. With that, bring one hand under the heart center, one onto the belly. Feel the vibrations of this mantra traveling deep down inside your body. Allow it to resonate with each and every part of the body. Allow it to resonate with each and every neuron, each and every muscle, each and every bone, the skin, as it unites you, the self, with the outside world. Connecting with the beautiful glory of that sound massage that you've just given yourself. And with that, we slowly open the eyes and we start the practice of asana, the movement, the physical practice of yoga. And then with that, I invite you to rest the hands again wherever they rest. And we begin with a little bit of warm-up. So we bring we start with full yogic breath. And I love this full yogic breath. So you can either keep the hands wherever they were, so they were on the heart or one on the belly, or you can bring both hands onto the belly for me. And then with your eyes closed or eyes open but the gaze really soft, I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nostril, into the belly, and allow the belly to expand like a balloon. And then as you exhale, you can open the mouth and a gentle sigh out as you invite the belly to go in towards the spine. It's a very natural movement of the body. And then take one more deep breath in through the nose. Allow the belly to expand like a balloon, and as you exhale, gently releasing the breath. As the belly goes in towards the spine, you take a big sigh out or perhaps breathe out through the nostril. We do one more round here of deep belly breathing, and then we connect the 3 dots at the end. One more deep breath in. See if your exhalation can be longer than the inhale, if you can breathe out to a count of 6 or an 8. Beautiful. From there, bring the hands onto the ribs, onto the sides of the ribs. This time, take a deep breath into the belly, and the breath travels into the ribs as the ribs fan out to the sides. And notice how the breath travels into the ribs, not only expanding and massaging the front side of the body, but also the back of the body. Relax the shoulders here, relax the jaws. Take 3 deep rounds here. Inhale, exhale. And if Ujjayi breath is a part of your practice, then feel free to include that. So I'm aiming this practice to new practitioners, but if you're an experienced practitioner, choose a variation that suits you best. Taking a deep breath into the belly, into the ribs. Allow the ribs to fan out to the sides. And exhale. If you've done your 3 rounds, then bring the hands onto the chest, fingertips touching the collarbone, and this time we're connecting the 3 dots. So you're breathing into the belly, into the ribs, and then into the heart center. And then inhale, take a deep breath in. Allow everything to expand. The breath travels in the front of the body, the side of the body, and the back of the body. And then exhale, either with a sigh out, Ujjayi breath, or just breathe out through the nostrils and see if your exhalation can be longer. So breathe out to a count of 6 or an 8. Let's do 3 rounds here. last one. Beautiful. And then from here, we bring the hands into a prayer position and then open the arms out to the sides. Nice big stretch with the fingertips as you reach up towards the ceiling. Gaze at the fingertips and exhale, bring the palms together down, touching the sternum, the heart center. Inhale one more time, deep breath in, lift the arms, big circles with the arms as you gaze up towards the fingertips, and then exhale. One more deep breath in. Beautiful. Bring the right hand to the right side of the mat. Send the left arm up and over as you open the left side of the body. Ground down through the sit bones. Nice big stretch up to the fingertips. Softness through the elbows. Take a deep breath in. Shine the heart up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, round down, look down towards the earth. Inhale, lift up. Open through the heart center. Big smile in the face. Connecting the beautiful nature with the earth and knowing that you're part of the nature yourself. Inhale one more time, lifting up. And this time drop down onto the other side as you rest the left hand onto the mat. Send the right arm up and over. Grounding down through the right sit bone. Nice big stretch on all the way up to the fingertips. Shine the heart up towards the sky. Deep breath in. And then exhale around the spine. Look down towards the earth. Inhale one more time. Notice where the movement is coming from, how your spine is feeling. Really observe how each and every part of the body feels as you move into these movements. Inhale one more time. Lift yourself up. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Open the arms out to the sides. Breathe into the heart center. And then exhale. Squeeze. Give yourself a nice big hug. From here, as you give yourself a big hug, say 3 things that you're grateful for today. Just sending a message of self-love to yourself, connecting with yourself. And then one more time, nice big breath and open through the arms. Chin up towards the sky, and then exhale, opposite arm comes on the top. And then from here, we can do a figure of 8. So imagine you're holding a pen in between your elbows and you're drawing nice big figure of 8s, 2 in one direction and then 2 in the opposite direction. So you can start the other way around. You're just opening and waking up the spine here. Beautiful. From here, release the hands and then drop the right fingertips on the right side of the mat. As you drop the left ear to the left shoulder, and you can use the left hand and place it on the right side of the forehead, and just notice a gentle stretch on the side of the neck, releasing any tension that you may be holding there. If it's the first time you're practicing today, then it's a nice way to just open up the body. And then from here, if you want to look down towards the chest, you can look down. And then allow the stretch to come into the back of the neck and traveling down to the upper back. And for most of us, this area is quite tight. So stay here, take a couple of deep breaths and notice what comes up for you and how it allows you to relax. Beautiful. We do move on to the other side, so drop the left fingertips on the left side of the mat, and then drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and then use the right hand, place it on to the left forehead, and then just gently dropping. So you're not pushing the hand into the forehead, you're just gently placing it. It's just the weight of the hand that's resting onto the head, and then notice the stretch on the left side here. Breathe into the stretch. I always like to use my breath to massage the area to allow it to open up. Send extra prana there. And then if you want, you can also drop the head down and then breathe into the back of the neck and the upper back. Beautiful. And then from here, we bring our hands down and then we sit onto our heels. So if you are sitting on a cushion, you can slide it away. Sit on the heels and tuck all the toes under. So you're stretching the soles of the feet. That's where the vitality rests. So it's nice to give nice stretch to the soles of the feet, and for a lot of you it might be a little bit uncomfortable. So if you want to untuck the toes and sit back onto the heels, that's fine too. So as you sit here, bring the hands forward and then bend the elbows, grab the, interlace the fingers and just rotate your wrists. So a few in clockwise direction, a few in the anti-clockwise direction. We're just gently waking up the entire body. And then from here, bring the hands onto your shoulders and then drawing two big circles with the elbows. And inhale as elbows go up to the sky. Exhale as they go down. Come forward and kiss. One deep breath in. And then down. And let's do it the other way around. Inhale. Beautiful, and then you release the hands. And then you can slowly start to pump the shoulders up towards the ears and then down towards the floor. See what happens, and this is really nice way of allowing the shoulders to relax and to know that you need to go down towards the earth, because most of us are usually stuck up in this position. So just pump them around. This might feel a little bit odd to some of you as well, and that's fine. Beautiful. And then from here, bring the hands forward. Now we're going to again do the Prana Mudra, and then we bring the third finger, the little finger and the thumb together. First two fingers are pointing towards me, and then you bring the hands together. So, you know, the little, what do you call it, a peacock face you've made, you bring those two beaks together. And then from here, we take a deep breath in and we're going to chant So Hum. So inhale. So hum. Keep the gaze onto the fingertips as you go back. So yourselves onto all fours. You would know this if you've been practicing for long. Cat-cow is a really nice way to, you know, wake up your entire body. You can tap the feet here first, the top of the feet, as you've been sitting on your toes for a long time. So just relax and tap the feet, create a little bit of a noise and heat in the body. And we take a deep breath in as we broaden through the collarbone, allow the belly to drop down, and then gaze up towards the spine as you come into a cow position. And then as you exhale, really press away from the tuck the chin into the chest and just gentle rock forward and back. Allow the weight of the neck to hang heavy as it stretches again the back of the neck and the upper back. And then inhale one more time, draw the shoulders away from the ears as you gaze up towards the sky. Allow the belly to drop down, big smile on the face. And then exhale, press away from the earth, round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest, rocking forward and back again. Notice how the weight shifts from the hands to the feet. One more deep breath in, shoulders away from the ears, gazing up towards the ceiling, breathe into the heart center. Exhale, really press away from the earth, round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest. Gaze at the tippy toes. You can close the eyes, but keep the eyes open throughout the entire practice. It's your choice. And then take a deep breath in, come back to all fours. From here, send the right arm up towards the sky as you shift the weight onto the left hand. Gaze at the fingertips, and then exhale, thread the hand through behind the left. Dropping the ear down, but not completely down onto the floor. Inhale, lift up through the heart center, gaze at the fingertips. And then exhale, threading the needle. Inhale one more time. Exhale, thread the needle. And if you want, you can rest onto the top of the right hand and you can bring the left hand forward and just breathe into the space under your armpit. You can tuck the toes at the back if you want a little bit more stability. See what feels right for you. Take a couple of deep breaths into the space between the collarbone, between the shoulder blades. And then on the next inhale, slowly push away with the left hand and then come up to all fours. From here, you bring the left hand up towards the sky, take a deep breath in, gaze at the fingertips, and then exhale around the spine, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, lift up with the left hand. Exhale again round the spine, look over the right shoulder as you thread the hand through. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, thread the hand through. This time dropping the left ear down onto the mat and then slowly walking the right hand forward towards the front of the mat. Again, breathing into the space between the shoulder blades, allow it to open as you relax and drop the left ear onto the floor. Sending the tailbone up towards the sky and notice where the breath is traveling for you today. Is it onto the upper back? Is it going to the side of the body? Or is it touching down the tailbone and then traveling back up to the fingertips? And on the next inhale, slowly push yourself away from the earth. Then come up to all fours. And then from here, we slowly tuck the toes and then come into downward facing dog. So this is your first downward dog of the day. You can slowly start to pedal the feet here. Grounding one heel down, the other heel comes down as you come into downward facing dog. Noticing how the back of the body opens up. How your hamstrings open, how the back of the thighs open, what's going on in the soles of the feet. And then from here, slowly start to walk the hand back towards the feet. Allow the head to hang heavy. You can grab the opposite elbows or just sway from side to side. And then interlace the fingers, rest them behind the head and slowly push the back of the head into the hands as you gently, 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 gently come up to standing. Push the back of the head into the palms. Open the shoulders, breathe into the heart center. Find softness in the elbows as you slowly roll down. Sorry, softness in the knees as you slowly roll down. And one more time, deep breath in as you push the back of the head into the hands and come up to standing. It's a really nice way to correct your posture. Open the elbows, breathe into the heart center. A slight back bend here. Exhale, softness to the knees, allow the head to fall down. Allow the head to hang heavy here. Inhale one last time, coming up to standing. Push the back of the head into the hand. And then from here, bring the hands down this time. As you walk the hands down, and then walk them to the front of the mat. Walking back into a plank. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, bend the knees as you go back into downward facing dog. Send the tailbone up towards the sky. From here, slowly start to walk the feet towards the hand, towards the front of the mat. Really slowly and mindfully observe how your feet touches the mat in every movement. Allow the head to hang heavy. You can grab the opposite elbows or just sway from side to side. From here, unravel the spine. We'll pick up the pace of the practice now. And then slowly come up to standing. Beautiful. We do one round of sun salutation here. It seems like cutting my face. So we do one round of sun salutation. So nice big movement with the arms. Gaze at the fingertips and then exhale, fold forward, allow the head to hang heavy. Inhale, come halfway up, hands onto the shins. Breathe a nice big breath in. Exhale, roll back down. Step the left foot back, drop the knee down onto the floor, and then inhale, lift the arms up. Gaze at the fingertips. Exhale, bring the hands down, frame the right foot, and stop the right foot back to meet the left as you come into downward facing dog. You can also go into child's pose or all fours, it's your choice. Soften through the knees, allow the tippy toes to shine in towards them, each other, and then send the tailbone up towards the sky. Take one deep breath in and out. From here, drop both knees down onto the mat. Slide the heart forward and slowly dropping the chest and the chin all the way down onto the earth. Brushing the elbows into the ribs, slide the heart forward and then lift it up, finding your baby cobra. Exhale, drop the heart down and then kick back to come into down facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. From here, drop both knees down at the same time. This time, bring the left foot forward as we come into a low lunge. Swing the arms up towards the sky, gaze at the fingertips. And then exhale, hands down, frame the left foot. As you shift the weight onto the left foot and the hand, slowly bring the right foot and then allow it to meet the left. Inhale, come halfway up, hands onto the shins or the thighs, nice long spine. And then exhale, roll back down, softening through the knees. Inhale, lift the arms up, nice big circles with the arms, press the foot into the earth, and then come up to standing. And one more time, we fold forward as we hinge from the hips. Go all the way down, allow the head to hang heavy. Inhale, halfway up, hands onto the shins. Notice what's going on in the spine, in the hips, and the legs. As you follow these movements, bring the hands down. From here, step the left foot back. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. Deep breath in. From here, we'll do a really interesting thing. So you bring the hands into a flower. And gaze at the beautiful flower here. Take a deep breath in and then rotate through your wrists. Turn the fingertips in towards the heart. As you brush the heart with the soft petals of the flower, you straighten the arms on an exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale with a big sigh out. Beautiful. Again, bringing the hands into a flower. And then exhale again, you move the wrists in a way that you brush the fingertips onto the heart. Send the arms out to the front. Deep breath in, lift the arms up towards the sky. And this time you flutter the lips. You might have to wet the lips first. Beautiful. Bring the left hand down and then send the right arm up towards the sky as you find your little twist. Gaze at the fingertips. You can also lift the back knee off the mat if that's accessible to you today. Otherwise, stopping the knee down, staying here is perfectly fine. Deep breath in and out. Bring the hands down, frame the right foot, shift the hips back as you point the front toe up towards the sky, and then gaze at the tippy toes. So it's a nice way to release any tension in the back of the leg and notice what's going on. You might want to shimmy the leg further forward. Feel free to do so, but keep lifting through the heart center to find a nice sweet spot and stretch. Beautiful. On the next inhale, rock the body forward as you come into a low lunge, hands onto the mat, and then slowly you can either slide the leg back to go into all fours first and then go into downward facing dog. Round down through the palms and in the feet to really lengthen through the spine and send the tailbone up towards the ceiling. You can slowly shift the hips from side to side, softening the knees if you want to do that, if that's what your body needs, a little bit more movement, swaying around, dancing around, feel free to do so. Beautiful. From here, drop both knees down at the same time. Again, go back into all fours. This time, bring the left leg forward as we come into a low lunge. And then we lift ourselves up. Hands into a beautiful flower again. So you know what's coming. Take a deep breath in. Gaze at the flower. Softness through the eyes. Turn the wrist in a way so the back of the hand touches each other. Inhale. Exhale, hands up to the front. And then inhale up towards the ceiling. And then exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Hands into a flower. Rotate through the wrists, send the arms out to the front. Deep breath in, lift the arms up towards the sky. And beautiful. Bring the right hand onto the right side of the mat. And then send the left arm up and over as you find your twist. Gaze at the fingertips. Tuck the back toe if it's untucked. And then lift the back heel or back knee off the mat. If you did it on one side, do it on the other side. Otherwise, it's completely fine to leave it off as well. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Bring the hands down, frame the left foot. Slide, shift the hips back as you flex the left foot. And then lift up through the heart center. So arm on my fingertips as I lift up and gazing onto the big toes. Take a deep breath in and out. And one side always feels a little bit different from the other side, so that's okay. But just know that if it's too much of a pain, then you go back into low lunge in a lunge position. Or otherwise just stay here. So a little bit of pain, and tapas is good, and so is life. Life is not without pain. All sorts of different feelings, and I think yoga is just like life. And then from here, shift the weight forward as you come into low lunge. Bring the hands, frame the left foot, and then slowly tuck the back toe. And if you want, you can either go into downward facing dog, take a vinyasa here. Slide the heart forward, coming into plank, drop the knees, chest, chin down, hug the elbows in, all the way down. Inhale, scoop the body forward and out, finding your baby cobra. And then tuck the toes down, facing dog. Beautiful. From here, bring the big toes together. Kick the right leg up towards the sky as you find your three-legged dog. And then bring the right foot in between the hands, coming into a high lunge position. Drop the back heel down onto the floor. Straighten the right foot, arms out to the sides. Gaze over the right shoulder. And imagine you're trying to reach out with the right hands. So bend, flex through the torso. As you reach, you slowly hinge from the hips. Bring the right hand onto the shin, left arm goes up towards the sky. Pressing down through the outside edges of the back foot and the front foot, creating a little mouse hole inside. Gaze over to the fingertips. Take a deep breath in. You don't have to go all the way down. You can come up here as well. See what's right for you and your own body. Tap into your intuition. That's what I'm all about. And then from here, bend the knees and gaze over the right shoulder. The fingertips as you come into warrior two. And then we reverse the warrior, flip the right hand, bring the left hand onto the left thigh. Nice deep breath in and open through the right side of the body. Beautiful smile in the face. And then swing the arms forward as you bring the right forearm onto the right thigh, left arm up and over. We do it one more time. Swing the hands back, left hand onto the left thigh, right arm up and over. And then back. Resting the right forearm onto the right thigh, sending the left arm up and over. And we take one big circle in a clockwise and one in the anti-clockwise direction with the hands. Keep the gaze onto the fingertips. Beautiful. Straighten the right leg, lift the arms up toward the sky, turn the right toe in, left toe goes out. Beautiful. And then from here, again, arms out to the sides. And then you reach out with the left hand, hinge from the hips, and slowly fold as you rest the left hand onto the thigh. The right arm goes up towards the ceiling. Keep the gaze onto the fingertips. Reach out with the right hand as you ground down through the feet. One deep breath in and out here. Bend the knee and then come into warrior two as you gaze over the left shoulder. You can always look straight ahead, that's fine. Notice what's right for you. You know, it shouldn't hurt your neck or anything. And then make sure that you're tapping into your feelings. Press into the outside edge of the back foot. Gaze at the fingertips. And then flip the left hand, send the right hand onto the right thigh, open through the left side of the body, reach, reach, reach with the left hand, and then bend the left hand and rest the left forearm down as you reach out with the right hand. Again, one more time, swinging the hands behind, bring the right behind, left comes up and over, feel the stretch in the left side of the body, breathe into the movement, know how graceful you are. And then from here we make big circles with the left hand, keeping the gaze onto the fingertips. This is really therapeutic for the eyes, and I know we have our eyes on social media all the time. So movement like this where you have to move your eyeballs to keep the gaze is super nice. So we're working on a lot of things in, you know, one pose. Beautiful. Hands onto the hips and slowly turn the left toe in. Now both toes are in, heels slightly out. Take a deep breath in, hands onto the hips. And then as you exhale, you fold forward. Allow the head to hang heavy here, and then drop the head down, the hands down. See if you can walk the hands further back. And at this point, if you're an experienced practitioner, you might want to go into tripod stand or into a little handstand. Feel free to do so. For others, we can shift the weight onto the balls of the feet or onto the head. Know that how it feels to trust yourself, trust your body. And if at this point you fall down, that's fine too, because again, like I said, yoga is like life. It's okay to fall down and then stand back up, only to feel even stronger. Allow the elbows to go in towards each other so they're parallel. One more deep breath in and out here. And if you're in a headstand or tripod stand, know that you can safely come out of it. And then from here, slowly come onto the fingertips, hands onto the hips, and push the earth away with the feet as you come up to standing. Beautiful. Shift the weight onto the right foot. And then we do a little bit of balancing. Pick up the left leg, bend the knee, and then you can rest the right hand onto the left knee. Bring the left hand behind. Oh, see. And that always happens. Bring the left hand behind, gaze over to the fingertips. From here, bring the hands forward into a namaste, and then kick the left leg behind as if you're pushing into an imaginary wall behind you, coming into a nice standing split. So I have got a door behind me, so I have to come a little bit forward. So I'll do it this way. Beautiful. And then from here, when you're ready, you can swing the legs forward again. Keep grounding down through the right foot. Grab the left ankle and place it on the inside of the right leg. You can move the arms up. Place them in whichever mudra position you want to rest them into a prayer. Bring them behind in a reverse namaste. See what feels right for you. A couple of deep breaths in and out here. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So release the left leg. You can use the hands and just shake them out. And then round down through the left foot this time. As you bend the right knee, you can rest the hands onto the hips. And then from here, you can bring the left hand onto the right knee. As you bring the right hand behind, gaze over at the fingertips. If that's not possible, you can just look over the right shoulder. And then from here, bring the hands forward into a namaste. Kick the right leg back into an imaginary wall behind you. Send the heart forward. Ground down through the left leg. Really push the foot into the ground to find your balance. Trust yourself and have a nice steady deep breath in and out. Fix the gaze onto a point on the floor. That always helps to find the balance. And then as you come up to standing, push the feet into the ground as you come up. Then grab the right ankle and place it on the inside of the left thigh. Finding a tree pose, hands into a prayer or up towards the ceiling. And again, you might want to choose the position here. So maybe I'll do this. One more deep breath in and out. And then bring the right foot down. Shake the legs. Then jump around a little bit. That's good. Then bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart, knees together. And as you send the hips back towards the heels, we're slowly sitting down into a chair. So make sure you're hugging the core in, dropping the tailbone down towards the earth as you send the arms out in a 45-degree angle, and keep the gaze onto the fingertips or onto a point on the floor. And then from here we lower the chair, so the arms are now parallel to the ground, and you're sitting further down. Again, keeping the gaze onto the fingertips. And then from here, bring the hands all the way down. You can take support of the earth and then bring yourself down, or you can just sit down. It's your choice. But whatever you do, make sure that it's nice and controlled. Straighten the legs, lift the arms up towards the sky. You can bring yourself onto a little cushion if you want to just, have a sense of length through the spine. Flex the feet. And then as you exhale, you fold forward. Rest the hands wherever they rest. So they might be, you might be able to grab your feet from the outside, or grab the big toes, or perhaps you're just resting the hands onto the shins and just wherever they rest. And in poses like this, where we allow our minds and body to settle down, as we're coming to the end of the class, slowly moving towards it, we often notice how our mind drifts off from the present moment. And this is a time when you can use the breath and anchor yourself down and come back into the room, on your mat, into the practice in your body. One more deep breath in and out here. And then slowly lift yourself up. Bend the knees. Bend the knees, and then bring the hands behind the knees and lift one leg up. The other leg follows, keeping the tippy toes onto the ground. So we do a couple of rounds of this. When you find your stable position, then you can lift both knees up, both feet up, knees together, feet together, and then keep growing tall from the crown of the head as you ground down through the tailbone. You can release the hands here, if that's a part of your practice. You can grab the big toes and kick the heels up and out. It's your choice. And then when you're ready, then you can slowly bring the soles of the feet together. Hands resting onto the ankles. So making a bigger diamond, smaller diamond, it's your choice. And you can just flutter the knees. It's a really nice way to just find some movement in your hips. Allow them to soften and open. Gaze at the tip at the feet. If you want to massage your feet at this point, it's really nice to massage your feet, because we often don't give any attention to our feet, and they do a lot for us. So this is your time to offer gratitude to them. Beautiful. And then from here, you bring lift the left foot, and then bring the left knee so it's touching your right sole of the foot. And take a deep breath in, and then slowly fold forward. Walk the hands forward, so they're over your right shin now, and then you rest the head down. At this point, if you have a pillow or bolster with you, just rest the head there. That's fine, that's good. It feels really, really good. This is a nice restorative pose. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out in this pose. And notice where you're feeling the pose, which part of the body you're feeling the pose. Is it in the glutes, in the hips, the outside, in the legs? Where is it? Where is it in the physical body? How it's working with you emotionally, mentally? in your bliss body, deep down inside, what sort of work it's doing. And then see if you can let go of all those thoughts and then come back to the breath. And then when you're ready, you can lift yourself up and then slide the cushion away if you have it with you, and then come onto all fours and squish the legs behind you. And then at this time now we have the left sole resting onto the right knee, and then again we fold forward over the left shin. Allow the head to hang heavy here. Make yourself super comfortable. If you want 2 pillows, cushions, bolster, whatever you need, just use that, and yeah, just rest here. One last deep breath in and out. And from here, lift yourself up slowly and steadily. And then we bring the big toes, bring the knees together, rest the feet onto the ground, hands onto the knees as we slowly lie down onto our mats. Rest the feet flat onto the mat, palms down, arms nice and straight. And as you press into the palms, into the feet, you squeeze into your hip and slowly start to lift the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, all the way up towards the sky. And then squeeze into the shoulder blades, press the hands down, feet down, knees parallel to each other. And at this point, if it's a part of your practice, you can bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out here. If you want to go into a wheel, then feel free to go into a wheel if that's a part of the practice. Again, for any experienced practitioners, just be mindful whenever you come out of the wheel, tuck the chin to the chest and really slowly come down. And even to come up from this pose, you slowly first release the hands and then press the palms down into the earth, and then slowly, 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 slowly touch back down. It's a really nice feeling when you do it really slowly, and a lot of muscles are working a lot. The moment you go super slow, allow each and every vertebra of the spine to touch back down, and the hips come all the way down. And then you hug the knees into the chest, really squeeze them in, and just gentle rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. And then from here, drop the knees onto the right side. As you gaze over the left shoulder, sending the left arm out. I'm a little short of space here. So if you want to rest the palms down or send the palms up toward the sky, it's completely up to you. See what feels right for you. Whether you want an opening through the back of the body, the upper back, or you want an opening in the shoulders and the chest. Couple of deep breaths here, then hug the knees into the chest, and then drop the knees onto the left hand side as you gaze over the right shoulder, sending the right arm out. And this is really good to just find a stretch in the back, in the lower back if you have any lower back pain. And then from here, you can come back to center and prepare yourself for Shavasana, the relaxation, the whole practice comes together there. So for that, you can, if you have any pain, lurking pain in the lower back, you can bring the soles of the feet on the edges of the mat and knees together, and then rest here on your backs. You can either choose to lie down on your side, on your tummy, whichever way feels comfortable. If you want to rest a pillow under your neck, feel free to do so. Or slide a cushion or bolster under your knees, that feels quite good as well. And just make yourself super, super comfy. I'll sit in Sukhasana and guide you into the practice. So you take care of yourself and then just prepare yourself for this mini Shavasana. And as you sit into a comfortable position, as you lie down in a comfortable position, and with eyes closed, then just notice where your body, the entire body, is in contact with the floor, with the mat. How the feet are resting onto the mat. How the entire earth is taking the weight of your body. Knowing that the biggest support you have, the biggest prop you have available to you is the earth. It's a different sort of a sensation when you lie down onto the earth, on the ground, in respect to how you lie down on your beds. So tap into that sensation, know how yummy it feels at this point as you drop the shoulders back and down. Allow the hands to hang heavy and the feet hang heavy, and you might start to notice as you ground yourself down a little bit more, without even doing anything, it's just happening naturally. The feet flop out to the side, the arms open up, and how your chest opens. The whole mind opens, the body opens. Knowing the fact that we are human beings and not doing, and see if you can just be in this position without even doing anything. And that would mean without even thinking anything. And it's easier said than done that not to think anything. And the moment I said it, probably your attention's gone back to what you were thinking. So just observe it and then come back to the breath. Notice how the breath is traveling in and out through the nostril. How the breath is traveling into the back of the body, the chest, where it comes in contact with the nostril and how it travels out. And then when you've done that, you know that you're feeling a little bit more relaxed, and I will take you through all the different body parts, and I'll call out the name of the body part, and I want you to send your awareness to the body part. Ask you to gently rest, release and relax. So starting with the tippy toes, all 10 toes, the top of the feet, the sole of the feet, the heel, the ankle, shin, the calves, the knees and the back of the knee, the thighs, the hamstrings, the glutes, the groin, the pelvic floor, the waist, the belly, the upper belly, the chest, collarbones, shoulders, neck, chin, jaw, teeth, tongue, lips, upper lip, cheek, nose, nostrils, bridges of the nose, eyes, eyeballs, eyelids, eyelashes, third eye, forehead, crown of the head, the back of the head, the back of the neck, the upper back, the middle, the lower back, the hips, shoulders, triceps, biceps, elbows, eyes of the elbows, the forearms, the wrist, back of the hand, the palms and all 10 fingers. And allow them to rest, release and relax. And then observe a nice golden ray of sunshine shining upon your entire body as the rays drench your body with a sense of and feeling of warmth, traveling and trickling down from the crown of the head all the way down to the tippy toes. And then how it travels back up from the soles of the feet, running down the entire back of the body, through the hips, the back of the body, the upper back, and then going back to meet at the crown of the head. And how with the crown of the head, that golden sunshine is shining, enlightening you from within, connecting you with yourself and with the nature. We rest here for a couple of minutes, actually a minute. Knowing how warm you're feeling at this point. And this warmth is not only the physical warmth, but it's the warmth that you're feeling in your heart that connects you to yourself, allows you to be kind to yourself, but also be kind to others, connects you with the community who's practicing with you, with your eyes closed and your heart's shining. Your heart's going to connect with everyone who's around you, sending love to each and every one. As we about to close the practice, I invite you to take a deep breath in. With that breath in, allow you to breathe in all the love, knowing that everyone or the universe that you're in is working for you. And then with every sigh out, send the love back out to everyone. And slowly as you take those deep nourishing breaths in and out, you're waking up your body. You're allowing the fingertips and the palms and the hands and the feet to move gently and slightly. You roll out from side to side if your knees are together. If not, you can bend the knees and just gentle drop knees from side to side, swinging them around. And then from here, roll on to a side of your choice. And then slowly come up to seated. And when you're sitting, then see if you can make yourself super comfortable. So if you again want to sit on a cushion, then feel free to do so. Or Vajrasana, or sitting in Sukhasana, like cross-legged, like I'm sitting right now. And then you can either keep the eyes closed, or if you want to open the eyes, you can bring the hands together and rub the palms and rest them onto the face and just flutter the eyes open. As you continue to breathe in and out, invite the light into the room. Beautiful. And then to close the practice today, we will close the practice with a beautiful humming bee breath. It's also called Brahmari. So it's a beautiful breath, and I love to close the practice with that. It's one of my favorites, pranayama. And for that, you would need to first rub your hands again, create a little bit of warmth. And then wash your face, but keep the hands away from the face and the hair, just letting go of any thoughts, worries, any last minute tensions or anything that may be lurking around. Allow it to just let go of the body. Just shed it away and visualize it, how it's leaving your body. And then one more time. This time when you go, bring the hands behind. You close the ears with your thumb, and then you rest the first finger onto the forehead, second onto your eyes, but don't press too hard onto the eyes, third resting around your nose, and the fourth on your lips. And then we take a deep breath in, and then we say hum. It's like buzzing bee sound, and it's really beautiful, and see what happens. So I'm not going to explain much. So take a deep breath in, close the ears with the thumb. So first finger onto the forehead, second onto the eyes, third around the nose, and fourth on the lips. Take a deep breath in again. We do it one more time. Take a deep breath in. Time, take a deep breath in. last time, and notice how the breath or the sound vibrations feel on the face. Relax the third eye. Gently release the hands. So this is a beautiful sonic massage that you've just given yourself. You don't really need anyone. You can do, you've got it all within yourself. You can rest one hand onto the heart, one onto the belly. You rest both hands onto the heart and just feel the beautiful vibrations traveling down inside. How you're becoming one with the vibrations. How you are the vibrations, the energy flows in and out, how you are the energy yourself. As you soften the jaws, the eyebrows, and the shoulders, and the entire face, we close the practice of yoga on this auspicious day of International Yoga Day. And with that, we bring the hands together, resting them onto the heart center, and then bring them onto the third eye as we bow down with gratitude for yourself, for coming to the practice, for the space you're practicing in, for the collective energy, the people you're practicing with, for any small, little, big thing, person you may want to offer gratitude to the nature and to the teacher. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you everyone for lovely, lovely practice today. And I'll see you later sometime on the mat. Thank you everyone. If you have any questions, yes, please feel free to ask. Right now I'm just looking at the messages. Oh wow, so many messages have come through. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to pop in here. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So many nice, lovely messages have come through from so many people. Thank you, Milia, Divya, Samir. Thank you, Radhika. Thank you. Oh, my family in India is watching as well. So thank you to everyone for joining me here and watching the session and practicing with me. Means a lot. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I might have to just end the session myself.